Hey man, I got a story to tell, and I'm gonna tell it. Now I'm sizzling, so yeah, let's get into it. Hopefully you can learn something too.
Look, hey, now why the fuck would I bite my tongue when that shit be hurting on accident? You rather kill yourself to keep it.
What's going on? This is Hyper 803, the Hyper 803 YouTube channel and the Hyper 803 podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell before you leave up out of here. And thank you for coming on to my channel. Now, I got a story to tell, so let's go ahead and tell it, okay? So, back in the day, years ago, there was a label in the city of, in the state of South Carolina called Jelly Type, okay? This label was like the death row of South Carolina. You understand what I'm saying? They had a hit song on the radio. It was everywhere, called Hood Hard. You can check that out. It's on, online everywhere. An artist by the name of Little Rue was a feature on that song, and that's the version of that song that blew up from members of Jelly Type, Donna, Callie. You got Lord Shank on the hook, and Baby D, a female, on the hook that you hear on that song. But yeah, that was Jelly Type and Hood Hard. They had a whole lot of other hits, local hits, but Hood Hard was their biggest one that they had, I guess, overall in the region, in the southern region, okay? So this record label was based out of my city, in my hometown, Columbia, South Carolina, all right? So I got in the game, I'm not gonna go through my whole story right now, but I got in the game through this rapper named Collard Greens. After I stopped rocking with Collard Greens, and I went through a couple of little labels, local labels that didn't really know what the hell they was doing, you know what I'm saying? But they were trying, God bless their souls. Rest in peace, Pancho. But yeah, I finally got with this label, Jelly Type. And they seen me working hard, battling and everything like that. They're out there, so they got with me. We never really, it wasn't no contracts involved. It was just straight love, all homie love. Some of them they knew from the block, but it was just all love. You understand what I'm saying? That's that Green Street love. You know what I'm sizzling? So we had a club at the time called Columbia Live. Okay, well, Red had the club, the owner of Jelly Type, and every weekend we would be doing shows out there. They would be getting big Southern artists like, at the time, like Pastor Troy, Shauna from DTP, Yin Yang Twins, things like that. They would come through the city and perform at this club. You understand what I'm saying? That Jelly Type owned, and Jelly Type would have their artists open up, and or they might just have a night for us, or whatever the case may be. And they would always play our music in there heavily. You know what I'm saying? So we was pretty known in that, the artist was pretty known in that club and in the city. It was pretty dope. You know what I'm sizzling? So, I'm thinking like, it's a Jelly Type club, everything's cool. One night I go in there and I'm with the label, okay? I'm with the label and I goes there one night, one weekend just to rap. This is after I done got down with Jelly Type and all that good shit. And normally when we go there to the club, normally when we go to Columbia Live, we can just, get the mic, perform whatever we want to perform or whatever the case. And, we had already done other clubs, in the previous weeks and all that good shit. So I was just in performance mode, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, when you young and you first getting in the game, what you want to do, you just want to perform. You just, wherever a microphone at, that's where you want to pretty much be. You understand what I'm saying? And in the game, when you're young in the game, back in those days, that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to be at every showcase, every whatever, and that wasn't cool, especially if you didn't have your paperwork and shit like that together, which I didn't. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is going to come into play a little bit later, also because why you clicked on the video. Okay, anyway, so I'm trying to, I'm speeding up in this story too. Please forgive me. I'm probably going to elaborate a little bit more on the story, or a little bit more on my past a little bit later in another video. But anyway, be with me on this. So now I'm in the club one night. It's like a weekend, you know what I'm saying? Like a Saturday night. And I go there and I just want to perform, and do whatever. So after I get in the club, Red's in the, he's in the part where they perform, because it was like two parts of the club. You walk in and then you go back and there was like one little club, like a dance floor over here, and then it was like a door on the side by the when you walk in, and then that door was like the smoke room and the performance room. It was like, you know, two big giant. It was a big ass spot. You know what I'm saying? So when you walk in, the part where you want to go, all the fun was in the smoke room. You know, where they did performances and shit. So I go in there, I see Red. He's on the wall. I'm like, yo, Red, let me get the mic, let me perform. Red is like the Suge Knight, if you will, Birdman, if you will, of the label. Not the bad parts. Just saying he's the head of the label or whatever. And I go to Red, I'm like, yo, can I perform tonight? You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop. He's like, I don't want you to perform tonight. The club was packed as shit. Okay? I'm sitting here tripping like, okay, you don't want me to perform tonight, motherfucker. I done drove all the way up here. Plus two, if you from where I'm from, and you know my hood is about like 20-30 minutes away from, you know, that club. So I'm like, yo, I done got my auntie to drop me off. I'm like, I think I'm like 19 at the time, 18, 19 at the time. You know, I got my auntie to drop me off, all that good shit. I'm trying to do something on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like I like being in the club, but performing was my thing, right? So I'm sitting here plotting like, what I'm gonna do. I got my CD on me, you know. I didn't have a lot of CDs on me, you know. Back then, I wasn't selling CDs like that, you know. I didn't really know about the independent grind like that. I just carried my one CD that I had of all the songs that I performed. You know what I mean? I brought that there because, you know, again, I'm under the impression that I'm going to perform tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I walk up to the DJ because that's what I used to always get cool with DJ. I don't know why. I used to just like to get cool with the DJs. Turns out that was a good thing later on, but I used to like always just get, you know, just check out the DJs or whatever. So I go, you know, Red done told me no. So I go over there. I see the DJ up there scratching, doing this thing. So I walk up to the DJ and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it, I'm gonna just go ahead and perform. But, you know, I kept it 1,000 with him, but I was just like, you know, pissed off with him. So I walk up to him. I'm like, yo, what's good? And he was like, hey, what's up? I was like, yo, you know, I'm hybrid 803. I mean, I'm hybrid. I wasn't 803 at the time. I was like, yo, what's good? I'm hybrid. I want to perform, but Red won't let me perform. He was like, what's good? I'm DJ Jelly. And that's how they used to do me back in the day when I was trying to perform. Now, his name is DJ Jelly, okay? I'm thinking that he, you know, because our label is Jelly Type, GELLYTIGHT. You understand what I'm saying? So when he said it's DJ Jelly, and you know, we got this club, and we got DJs that come to the club all the time, and you know, I didn't know everybody that Red was rocking with like that. I was like, all right, he must be like one of our personal DJs for the label. He might only been with the label a couple of months, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you know, he must be, you know, DJ for the label. I mean, his name is DJ Jelly. Case point, whatever. I didn't ask no questions. So he was like, you know, they used to do me like that when I wanted to DJ and whatever back in the day. So he was like, you got your song on you? And I was like, yes, I got my song, but Red told me not to perform, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, it's all cool, don't worry about it. So he gave me the song. At the time, the song that was hot was White Tea, right? So, you know, my song was buzzing in the city, but it really didn't get big at the time, you know what I'm saying? Later on it got a little bit bigger, but at the time it was, you know, it was still kind of like bubbling, so not like a lot of people knew about it, but a good bit of people did, but not a lot of people knew about it. So he gives me the microphone like on the low, like on some jailhouse shit, like, you know what I'm saying? I get the microphone and I see a crowd, you know, it's packed like, it's like packed like shoulder to shoulder in that bitch. So I jumped down because, you know, the DJ was up here, you know what I'm saying? So I jumped down from the DJ booth, jumped on the floor. It's a circle of people, you know, or whatever. So I go over there and make my, you know, I go over there. And he drops the beat, the do, you know. Now, I have a version of Gangsta Walk called G-Walk on Spotify. And I got Shani featuring on it. She understands because she was there. She knows about it back in high school when I had the song and everything. But it's not the original Gangsta Walk. If you want to hear the original Gangsta Walk, I don't have that anymore. But you can check out a video when I was performing on here on YouTube at a boxing gym. I might have the link for that. Or I might just go to I don't know, might have a link for it. Anyway, but yeah, so he plays the song. People are looking around. Some people understand what time it is. A lot of people don't. So as he's playing the song, I start rapping this shit. Saying gangster walk. Matter of fact, I gangster talk. And if it's gunplay, homie, then my gangster spark inside the club. My homies G walking it up. Got 2 fifths of vodka in a see-through cup. Who said what? Best believe I'm knuckling up. Young and dumb, but smart enough to handle grown up. You know what I'm saying? Like this my that's the rhyme or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm spitting it. The people are rocking with it, but he made the people rocking with it even more because he's now dropping White Tee, the instrumental for White Tee in it. You know, I bang in my white tee, slang in my white tee, down in the clubs, you know, that song by Franchise Boys. So he's playing that and going back and forth between my song and, my instrumental and that instrumental as I'm performing. I know what he's doing, so I'm just getting it, we working. You understand what I'm saying? So we finish, we kill it. You know, he's cutting, he's going in and out. Shit was fucking crazy. The crowd loved it. You know, I ain't gonna lie, as I was performing, I look up, I see Red in the back. He just like got his arms folded looking at me like this here. I'm like, fuck it, I'm ripping it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever people is they fucking with it. Whatever people G-walking on the floor. It was crazy, right? So I get back up on stage going to the DJ like, yeah, man, thank you so much, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, yo, that song's hot. Do you have a copy of it? And I'm like, you know, at the time, I, like I told you, I didn't have a lot of CDs and shit on me. Now I keep them in the car, but I didn't have a lot of CDs on me at the time. So I was just like, yeah, I got this one copy. And if you know about performing back in the day, if you was an artist back in the day, you know, you kept that one copy, like I said in the beginning, that you performed to. I said, okay, well, fuck it. I can go ahead and give you the copy because I'm down with Jelly Tight, and they got a studio. You know, we got studio home, but I was like, they got a studio, so I can just go in there and download another copy. Ain't shit. By the next time I have another show, ain't shit or whatever. I'm just gonna do it tomorrow when I get to the studio, download it. It ain't shit, whatever, right? So I give him the CD. I go to Red, make sure everything's straight. He's cool. He's not pissed or nothing, but he told me not to do that. I do not tell Red I gave him the CD. You know what I'm saying? So after the night said and done, fast forward a couple of probably like 2 or 3 months later, I'm driving down. You know, now I got, you know, my auntie car. She lets me hold it from time to time at this point. So I'm driving in the Oldsmobile 88 Delta, big body gas guzzle. You know what I'm saying? End up being my car later. That's another story. Anyway, but I'm driving down. On the radio, I hear, this is what I hear now. Coming out of Atlanta, DJ Jelly's on, DJ Jelly and DJ with the hit single Walk It Out. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, instantly I knew what the fuck happened and where it was coming from, and you know, I just knew what was up, right? So I go, you know, it was this other chick I was seeing at the time, whatever. I went to go see her, whatever. I cried. I'm not even gonna lie. So I get to Green Street. That's what Jelly Tight is and everything. I get to Green Street that night after I chilled with my chick and all this. I go to Red. I'm like, yo, Red, did you hear? And he was like, yeah, you know. How did he, you know, what did you do that night? And I was like, yo, I just went and performed him and I gave him the CD just so he could, you know, probably play it or whatever later. And Red was looking at me like, dude, that's where you fucked up at. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, the single Walk It Out by DJ Unk is actually a variation of my local hit single Gangsta Walk from back in the day. You know, whether you believe me or not, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who am I? Just a dude from South Carolina. But the point is, you know, it was crazy. And the moral of the story is, do not jump the gun. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you want to go out there, you want to be seen, you want to get the glory and the fame and all this, and you just want to be seen and get that attention. And 9 times out of 10, when you rush into that, you are gonna fuck yourself up. You're gonna miss something, and motherfuckers is gonna take advantage of it. And the only thing you're gonna get is what you was focused on, is getting that attention. And because after that attention, I mean, who gives a fuck? You know, I rocked the crowd. It was cool. It was dope. It was a great feeling that night. It was a good high, temporary high. But you know, and it's all for what now later. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, it is kind of weird when you tell this story. To, you know, people who, you know, new people who probably don't know you like that. It gets a little weird. They're looking at you like, And one time I told the story to somebody, and they was like, really? Yeah, well, you know, my uncle is Frank Lucas. And I'm looking at him like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, you just said you don't be. But anyway, the point is, I just wanted to just to get that off. So make sure you don't jump the gun, especially if you're an artist. Make sure you have your shit copyrighted with ASCAP. It is not no it's not no magic bullshit where these motherfuckers try to tell you if they do tell you that in your hometown that it's so hard to get. Look, all you gotta do is pay like $150. You can get ASCAP, or just fucking put it on motherfucking CD Baby, or upload it through. I don't like DistroKid, but upload it through CD Baby, and yeah. That way, at least if they try to put it out there, it'll get stopped or flagged or whatever. You'll get money for it or something like that. But it doesn't cost that much to get copyrighted. Make sure you check out the Library of Congress. They can, you know, back in the day, though, that's why I used to send my joint off to get things copyrighted after that incident. Because after that incident, I started getting copyrights. I started getting ASCAP. I got my IPI number, all that good shit. So you need to look into that and get that if you're a music artist. Okay, so make sure you get all your ducks in a row that way. And yeah, that's that was my story for my local hit single that got stolen from me. Okay, thank goodness we're in this era now where you can just upload music and, you know, it's less stealing going on, you know what I'm saying, nowadays. But yeah, it's a lot of artists back in those days that were hot in their local town, and a lot of big artists come through, and a lot of shit got stolen from them and jacked. I was one of those motherfucking artists. So yeah, you know, just wanted to share that story with y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hope I entertained y'all. Hope y'all learned something. Hope y'all learned something about me. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Also, too, go check out that new single, Back Home. Make sure you check out the my Instagram. Click on my Facebook if you need to holler at me. My Twitter if you need to holler at me for features, whatever. Holler at me. One-on-one advice. However you want to get it. Holler at me. I'm here. If you need a friend to talk to, whatever, I'm here. Just don't be weird with it. And also, too, yeah, appreciate you so much. And yeah, until next time.